Today we will discuss about factors determining rate of adoption of innovation.
Rogers identified 5 factors for determining rate. These are perceived attributes of innovation, type of innovation decision, communication channel, nature of social system, extent of change agent contact. Those variables which determining the rate of adoption of innovation can be explained in this diagram. Although the graphic does not look quantitative, it is actually a user-friendly presentation of a multivariate regression model. The left column of the graphic lists 5 groups of variables that influence the rate of adoption of an innovation. The rate of adoption is the dependent variable, which is listed to the right column. The rate of adoption is a dependent variable because its value depends on the value of the other variable. In the parlance of statistics, the other variables are called independent or predictor variables. The 5 groups of variables on the left have been shown by Rogers and other researchers to be valid and reliable predictors of the rate of adoption of an innovation. Factor 1. Perceived attribute of the innovation. Among the 5 categories of predictor variables, the most important is the first category, the perceived attributes of innovation. Those are relative advantage, compatibility, complexity, trialability, and observability. Rogers reports that between 49 and 87% of the variance in the rate of adoption can be explained by 5 attributes. Here, the list of perceived attributes means who perceives. It is the target adopter. There are many ways to fail as an innovator, but one of the most common is failing to adopt the perspective of the end user. Rogers quoted that if men perceive situation as real, they are real in their consequences. Adopting the perspective of the end user is an exercise in empathy. This can be very difficult for the researcher, who is often deeply immersed in the technical workings of the project. He or she is at grave risk of falling in love with features that are of little practical value to the target end user. Factor 2. Type of innovation decision. There are 4 types of innovation decision. Number 1. Optional innovation decision. Here, choices to adopt or reject an innovation are made by an individual independent of the decisions of other members of the system. Here, basically everyone in the social system is free to decide for themselves. The second one, collective innovation decision. Choices to adopt or reject an innovation are made by consensus among the members of a system. All units of the system must conform to the system's decision once it is made. Though agreement or strong cultural norms, adoption requires a consensus of the entire group. This mechanism has the most negative impact on the rate of adoption. Third one, authority innovation decision. Here, choices to adopt or reject an innovation are made by relatively few individuals in a system who possesses power, status, or technical expertise. One decision maker makes the decision for the entire social system. The fourth one is contingent innovation decision. It is the type in which choices to adopt or reject can be made only after a prior innovation decision. Here, at least 2 innovation decisions should be occur: optional, collective, or authority. An individual member of a social system may be free to adopt or not to adopt a new idea only after his or her system innovation decision. First, one group or the social system take the decision, and after that only the individual will take the final decision. Collective and authority decision types are much more common than optional. Authority decisions have the fastest rate of adoption but can be circumvented during their implementation. The distinctive aspect of contingent innovation decision making is that 2 or more tandem decisions are required. Either of the decisions may be optional, collective, or authority. Collective and authority decision types are much more common than optional. Authority decisions have the fastest rate of adoption but can be circumvented during their implementation. The distinctive aspect of contingent innovation decision making is that 2 or more tandem decisions are required. either of the decisions may be optional, collective, or authoritative. The next factor is communication channel. The communication channel used to diffuse an innovation also influence the rate of adoption. During awareness knowledge stage, what type of channel will use for which type of adopters determine the rate of adoption. If the communication channel is faithful for the receiver, then they will accept the information quickly. The next factor is nature of social system. Norms, value, belief of a social system increase or decrease the rate of adoption of an innovation. The type of communication networks interconnected with the social system also influence the rate of adoption. The last factor is extent of change agent promotion effort. Change agent effort will maximize the rate of adoption when it acts with opinion leader. Effort of change agent with a favorable attitude also increase the rate of adoption of an innovation. The Rogers 5 factors are still useful everywhere, not only in case of agriculture. The 5 factors are still applicable in case of almost all the sphere of the society, not only in case of agriculture. Dr. Rogers spent nearly 50 years understanding how people adopt ideas into their lives and was able to identify these key 5 factors that influence technology adoption. In case of marketing, these 5 factors are very wisely applied by Apple to maximize their profit. It is just one example. Use this as a checklist when coming up with a new product or service and testing with potential users. Always we have to focus with the potential users and their perceived attribute.